Good morning.
Hi there. Good morning, Candace. Coming up on the big show this morning, John Graham is live from Wild and Woolly Video with some Wild and Woolly videos to show us. Also, John Yarmouth from the Leo will be stopping by. In the Handycam Adventure, I'll go and pay a visit to the Anonymous Art Gallery and show you the amazing work of Albert Byrne. And finally, the mystery of the scuba diver that's been circulating on the web. We'll talk about that. All that coming up at 7 a.m. on Fox in the morning. Amen. And speaking of strange and bizarre, John Graham is checking out some weird and wacky videos this morning. Hi there, John.
Hey guys, weird and wacky, Wild and Woolly video out on Baxter Avenue. We're going to be checking out all kinds of Wild and Woolly videos. Let me show you a little clip of one. Coming up next, we're going to show you some movies made right here in Louisville. Do you recognize that street? We'll tell you more about it ahead on Fox in the Morning.
Oh.
Right here in Louisville, all those were made.
You bet.
Excellent. Thank you, John.
Some interesting trivia. Good deal. Outsider, but that's not all. John is live today at Wild and Woolly Video to uncover more Louisville cinematic history, and there he is.
You betcha. They've got just about everything here at the store, Wild and Woolly Video, and we've picked up a couple of movies right here. By the way, this is Todd. This is Todd's place. How would you categorize this place?
We just try and fill in the gaps that the big stores don't fill in. Like anything that they have 30 or 40 copies of, we don't have. So just try and offer something a little bit different.
Let me throw this one at you. Right there, Sheba Baby, Louisville movie. Tell me a little bit about that.
It was filmed by William Girdler, who's a celebrity in this store. He made probably, I guess, 6 or 8 movies, mainly in the 70s. At the time, they were popular movies. Some people think they're kind of cheesy now, but at the time, they were really popular. And there's a lot of people still around in town who were either in these movies or can tell you when they were filming them, remember them. We got people that come in all the time who are extras in them and all kinds of stuff.
Wait just a second. Let's show people a little bit of this movie. A lot of stuff you can recognize. Take a look at this clip.
We'll take care of the place, partner. I'll be in Louisville if you need me.
Louisville? Sheba! Get out of that car! Quick, get out! Come on, get out of there! Come on, move, get out of here, move! Damn it, move!
Now, before I turn you in, you tell me about your operation, and you better tell me fast before you lose your head.
There you go, a classic piece of Louisville cinema. And then this is another one you have here in the store, a little more recent vintage, right?
Yeah, this was made by a guy who's currently making a movie in Germantown. It's My Porcelain Past. It's a documentary about the final night of when they closed the White Castle on Eastern Parkway and Bardstown Road.
We're almost out of time. Let me see if we got time to roll this. We got a little short clip of that one we want to show folks.
I had always planned to retire and sit in these windows and watch the world go by. So somebody is robbing me of my future here.
And coming up next, we're going to move outside of Louisville here at Wild and Woolly. Coming up, Todd's favorite bad, good movie.
His favorite bad, good. I just like that Louisville. Da, 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 da. Yeah.
Music will never die.
All right.
Yeah.
And John Graham is checking out some videos that you won't find anywhere else, right, John?
Yep, we're going to check out some good, bad movies out here at Wild and Woolly. Here is that bad, good movies. Well, trust me, they're real stinkers, but you'll still like them. It's all ahead on Fox in the Morning.
John's live today at Wild and Woolly Video on Baxter, and you got a lot of Wild and Woolly video there, and also the blood drive that you had last week was a big success, right, John?
Thanks for bringing that up.
Sure.
Yeah, we did pretty well. Of course, for folks who might remember, it was a U of L versus UK blood drive, and U of L came out on top, kind of a predictor for the weekend. But what's really impressive was that usually on a Friday they get about 20 pints of blood, and even going into the Labor Day weekend, they got 60, 3 times the usual amount of blood, and so that was pretty impressive. Matter of fact, we made them so busy they didn't even have time to send everybody away for lunch. But moving on, we're out here at Wild and Woolly Video talking about good, bad movies. Come on over here, Todd. This is Todd's favorite movie. He's got all the movies in the store. you know, when the movie has a photocopy on the cover, you know that's already a good start instead of a color picture. That's Rat Fink a Boo Boo. Why don't you tell us a little bit about this? Just give us a real brief plot synopsis, and then we'll show a clip in just a second.
This movie, they started out making kind of a thriller horror flick, and then I guess got bored with it about halfway through and then turned it into a superhero parody. Actually, this is an autographed copy.
That's valuable.
Yeah, director Ray Dennis Steckler, filmed in regular scope. But it's got it all, music and superheroes.
And the superhero is also, his secret identity is a rock singer, right?
Right, yep.
So we've got a little bit of an action scene here shot in red for some reason. I don't really know. Maybe you can tell us in a second. And a little rock singing. So take it away. Here's a clip from Rat Fink a Boo Boo.
Now, boo-boo, fight crime. Prepare to meet the rat. Now, baby, I've been doing some thinking. Somebody hard thinking about you. And it seems to me you love no matter what you've been doing. It's playing me for some fool. I got the word for you because it's what you is. You is a rat fink. You is a rat fink. If I had a nickel.
There you go. You is a rat fink. I bet you know all the words, don't you?
Yeah, actually, there's a CD out of the soundtrack to this by Ron Haydock and the Boppers. Yeah, you can buy it anywhere.
Now, of course, this shop is, as if you couldn't tell from seeing that video, known for having just about any video you couldn't find in another video store somewhere in town. And I've always been curious about this. There you go, Viva Santo. It's Mexican wrestling movies. Tell me about Mexican wrestling movies. That's like a genre. Like we have cowboy movies, they have Santo movies.
Yeah, his son's actually doing it now. He's a folk hero who starred in the movies and wrestled and was always in character, no matter.
I'll show a little bit of tape of this. There you go. There's a fight scene. That's Santo there in the mask, right? Not the little guy next to him.
Right. But he teamed up. He had like comic team up kind of stuff.
So he both wrestles and fights crime.
Yep. Kills monsters, whatever it takes.
How many of these movies are there?
From what I've heard, we've probably got about 20 of them, but I think there's hundreds from what I've heard.
And people rent them?
Not much, but we like them.
But enough?
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you showing us around. Well, let's see. I got this list here. Next, we're going to be talking about some documentaries. So one you said people ask for a lot. It's called Heavy Metal Parking Lot, right?
Yeah. It'll bring back a lot of memories for people, I think.
Yeah. Good or bad memories of, say, 1981, 1982 with the haircuts and the outfits. I'll just leave it at that and turn it back over to you guys.
Maybe
you're really going to want to see this.
The perm in back and straight in front.
Oh, you got that? Oh, just
Right.
trust me.
I'm picturing you sitting there looking for the good spots in the Santo movie to show us. That's what I'm picturing right now.
That's an
And
image.
that was a good one right there.
There you go. It's a classic Santo
Santo
movie.
versus the zombies.
Okay, thank you for sharing that with us there, John. Excellent. Santo movies. And John Graham is at a not-so-typical video rental store this morning. What do you got now, John?
We're out at Wild and Woolly. Look what I found, Stu. It's Blood, Guts, Bullets, and Octane. Are you familiar with that movie?
I'm in that movie.
I think there's a little guy named Stu Olson in that movie.
Yes.
Available here. Do you think you'll find that anyplace else here in town?
Wow.
Where'd you find it when you...
We shot this in the desert in California last year. It was released this February.
We showed a clip of that on the
Yes.
show a couple of months ago, John.
Well, hey, let me show you this. Check this little clip out. This is what I promised you, that early 80s video. It's called Heavy Metal Parking Lot. Nothing like Blood, Guts, Bullets, and Octane. There you go. Flashback to about 1982, 1983, since we're doing the whole KISS thing. They're in the parking lot of a Judas Priest concert. We'll talk to them. We'll hear from them in just a bit on Fox in the Morning.
Well, that leopard's made a comeback.
It has.
The zebra stripes that she had on.
Heavy Metal Parking Lot.
It's a classic.
Oh, it sure is.
Oh, boy.
Thank you, John.
See the combs in the pockets.